2020 Planning Board meeting. This is actually our third straight Monday in a row. I'd ask you first if you could please stand, face a flag for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the
United States of America, to the
republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice
for all. Thank you for the flag, Robin. All right, and as we have for the last few meetings, we could just have a quick moment of silence for everybody suffering and those who have perished due to the COVID situation. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to get started. We have no correspondence that I saw, so we'll move right into the meeting minutes of April 27th, 2020. Any issues?
none on this side.
Professor?
I have none that I have not discussed. Great job.
Excellent. Any other members of the board with issues?
No, sir.
Okay, so that's a no. So I'll ask for a motion to approve the meeting minutes of our April 27th, 2020 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion carried. All right, we're going to move into the regular portion of our meeting. We have two adjourned public informational hearings. First, we're going to start with 250 East Main Street, Carrera Site Plan. Is the applicant here?
Carlos.
Is he
Joe
there?
Arena. Joe disappeared. Carlos, are you there?
I see him on the screen. It's just like...
Right.
Hi, I'm here. This is Lori Correa, his wife.
Hello, Lorinda. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. So your application, we held open the meeting from last meeting. There was an issue with the mailings, correct, Rich?
That's correct. Thomas, is everything in order?
You're muted, Thomas.
Everything is in order. Yes.
Okay.
Great.
So we did a full informational. So I think I'll first ask the board again, is there any issues that we have after the presentation last week?
None on my end. Didn't see no issue. Not here.
We just had the one question, Joe, about the utilities. Joe, you're on now, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. About the fire suppression, was there any information on that?
There's no further information on that, but we'll definitely vet that out during the next few months.
Great.
All right, and this is just a public informational.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's nothing from the board, John, are we missing anything?
No, I think you have everything.
Jim?
Nothing that I can think of, Mr. Chairman.
All right, then we'll reach out to the public. Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions in relation to this public informational hearing? Just wave or send the message board to Robin. Just give him a minute. Anything, Robin?
I have not received any messages.
Okay. All right, then. If no one's got any questions or concerns, do I have a motion to close the adjourned public informational hearing for the application?
Motion.
Second.
All is in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. All right, next we'll move on to our second adjourned public informational hearing. Locations 385 Kear Street. This is Nantucket Sound Sons, LLC. Thomas, is everything in order?
Mailings are all good. Everything is in order for it.
Thank you. again, from the board after last week, do we have any further concerns about the application?
None.
Not by me.
We had that one piece of correspondence come in. Correct?
Yes, we did.
And no others? Tom?
In your books, your electronic books, you also have John Flynn's comments in
Yes.
written form from last week.
Yeah, he's always very eloquent in the way he puts everything. So we have all those together. Again, this was a public informational hearing. So, John, are we missing anything?
No, I think you have everything you need.
Jim?
I agree.
All right, we'll reach out again to the public. If anybody's got any additional questions, just wave that hand at the bottom of the screen or instant message Robin, please. We'll give you a minute.
I have Susan Siegel who would like to comment.
By all means.
All right, can you hear me?
We can, Susan.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm not very good with all this technology, all right? First of all, I just like to go on record as saying that I fully support the mixed-use concept, and I applaud the board for considering it. And contrary to some comments made at the hearing last week, I do think that the town could definitely benefit by more rental apartments. Okay. I do have some questions about some of the site plan issues. One about the access. Can Joe explain who owns that, the easement that's marked the access and utility? And also, does the easement extend the full width of the entrance to the parking lot for the apartments? It seems when I look at the site plan that there's a dotted line on the upper portion of the site plan where the easement appears to end, but then the parking lot entrance extends beyond that. So if that could be clarified. And also, will there be access to the upper parking lot for the apartments from the Caremount parking lot? Also, could Joe clarify a comment that was made at a February planning board meeting regarding the access for fire and garbage trucks? At that meeting, according to the planning board notes, it says that the fire trucks will not be able to go into the site. And I wondered if that has been reviewed by the fire commissioners yet. And also that the garbage trucks and delivery trucks will pull in and then back out into the Caremount lot. And again, can that be explained further? And is the backing out typically allowed in recent commercial sites? Also have a question about the setback requirements. On the site plan, the chart indicates what the current C2R setback requirements are and how the site plan conforms to that. But according to the zoning code, I don't see any bulk regulations for C2R. I see C2, but no C2R. The zoning code does have a section for C2R that specifically talks about the permitted uses in C2R. But is something in the code that I'm missing that says that the bulk regulations for C2R are exactly the same as the C2? So can that be clarified? And also on the site plan, on that chart for the bulk regs, there's a sort of a footnote about the parking requirements for the side yard. And could that be clarified, especially when two-way traffic is involved? Another comment, and this is something that the several planning board members have brought up, and that's the open space or the recreation requirements for the apartments. Again, looking through the zoning code, it seems that there are no open space or recreation requirements for a C zone, a C2 zone, let alone a C2R zone, for which there are no bulk regulations. And actually, this, if I'm not mistaken, it appears to be the fifth mixed-use building that has been proposed or approved in Yorktown in the last 3 years. 2 are actually approved with no recreation or open space requirements, and 3 are pending. And this is a relatively new issue, and I'm suggesting that the planning board might want to send a memo to the town board that this is an issue that might be worthy of looking into. Should something be added to the code? I have a question on stormwater, and I understand Joe explained why the stormwater plan still hasn't been worked out because of the COVID-19 and DEP, so I understand that. But because some of the stormwater facilities are related to the parking requirements, perhaps the board should wait to review more on the site plan until the stormwater issues has been fleshed out, just a bit more. And then also just a reminder about conforming to the new tree law, and that the number of trees to be removed should be documented, and the information sent to the Tree Conservation Advisory Commission. It would appear that there's not going to be much room on the site for planting new trees. Remember, new trees would be separate and apart from the normally required landscaping. So there might be some off-site mitigation or contributions to the tree bank that the board might want to consider. Again, all of this should be sent as soon as possible to the Tree Conservation Board, as well, obviously, as the Conservation Board. Okay. Oh, and one other thing, the trees along Route 118 that apparently, I think if I'm reading the site plan correctly, look like they are probably on town right-of-way or state right-of-way that are going to be preserved. What happens often is that during construction, soil gets pushed up against the roots of the trees that are supposed to remain, which ends up killing the trees. So in any final resolution, it would be helpful if provisions were made to assure the, the safety is the right word, for those remaining trees, and possibly a bond to assure that those trees will remain healthy for a few years after the construction. I think that's about it. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Susan. Anybody else from the audience?
Just give it a minute.
Yep.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak on Nantucket? I think we're good then.
Okay. There's nothing else to be said. Do I have a motion to close the adjourned public informational hearing for Nantucket Sound LLC?
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, this ends the regular portion of our meeting. We're now going to move into a work session. We hope you all stay with us. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.